find in the Valley of Gan, that then that could, like, combined, it could make the airship extra good at
Hmm.
things. And we also talked to someone who tried to, like, spy on things happening in the valley for us, so we were a little prepared. And we're told a thing that I don't remember what the thing was. I just remember, like, a skeletal hand, like, clawing at, like, glass or a wall or something.
Yeah, there, I put some notes into the roleplay channel. You got some vague predictions or memories or something like that.
Speaking of glass, Kiff paid to have all the glass repaired on the airship, and he now owns a magic fridge that is large enough to hold one meal stick.
Ooh.
Right, and it's going to be the same size as a bag of holding, roughly.
Very good.
It's a bag of holding.
The bag of chilling.
Oh,
You would not be wrong if you called it that.
but I'm sorry. I had to. I had to do it.
Okay, what are you guys doing? You're here at the fort. This is still very dwarven fort. It's bustling. There's a lot of people talking about the future of Carthan here. They're all very excited. Outside, it's a little bit cloudy, but it's about 1 p.m. It's early spring, so there's not many leaves on trees.
Well, we are trying to get towards the valley, correct? We said that we were going to go off and perhaps see if we could find the. We cannot recall the wizard's. There was a crafter who is in the woods towards the Valley of Gan. We wanted to
Make
find her.
arrows.
Correct. The maker of the arrows.
Yeah. I think we said we're ready to leave unless someone else has anything they want to do.
Yes, we are
I
ready to
have
travel.
one small thing I would like to do, privately, quietly. I would like to take the wand of sending. I close
Okay.
my eyes, and I think about a face I haven't seen in 20 years.
Hello, this is Tony's Pizza. May I take your order?
No, the face of my long lost mother who is held prisoner. And I whisper to her, keep your hope. Something's coming.
You said I need your help. Something's coming.
No, keep your hope.
Okay. She replies saying, "I know, my good little girl." You can hear whimpering of pain and sobs, and she says, "I know, my good little girl is doing what's right." And you hear like sobbing and sniffling.
I sit and reflect for a minute or so, but then meet up with everyone else. That was all I wanted to do.
Okay.
Side question is, for anybody else, are trees just randomly appearing and disappearing as you orbit around?
No.
It depends on your computer, but something like that, yeah.
That's the point.
Well, Kiff
The
ready.
magic
Mad
forest.
trees. Yes, we are ready as well.
Magic.
Oh,
Shall we begin?
Sarah, you're muted.
Oh, I shouldn't be muted.
I can hear.
You sound okay.
I think he meant on stream.
I am not muted on stream.
well, I hear you
Oh,
here.
I lost Discord. I'll
Ah.
be back.
Oh,
Oh.
There you go. We can hear you. He will be
Bye,
back momentarily. He'll be
we
back.
can hear you, but can you hear us?
So I think it is time that we start to traverse, yes?
Yeah.
Traverse we shall.
Wonderful. We are planning to stop at the magic arrow maker. That way Fontiev can get some more beneficial items, yes?
I mean, if we have time, I mean, it seems reasonable. You might want to study her craft and learn to make more stuff, preferably an arrow the size of a continent that we can just launch at the capital.
We may not be able to make something that large, but we would like to at
It'll
least
save the world in 4
try.
seconds, I swear.
Fun in that you'll barely even see the people that you're destroying. Don't you want to see the broken bodies of your enemies?
Okay, I have a lot of concerns about this one. Okay, moving on.
Are we heading out?
I think so.
Okay, so
To the arrow maker.
that's not what I would call wilderness, so it's not hard to get there. It's about 4 p.m. when you get there, and it has become a little bit cloudier. And you see a hut at the appointed place. You don't see anyone, you can just hear some birds tweeting.
Mm-hmm.
Is Altair present? Just confirming.
Altair is present, yes.
Right.
Just a quick question. Do we have any sort of rudimentary map to this place, or no? Or are we just kind of flying blind?
You were told that it's kind of up on the path that leads up towards Sasha's house, so I've drawn the path here on Tabletop Simulator for now.
Copy that. Kiff will be
He can totally draw a map for himself for later if he likes.
precisely, yes, using his wanderer background.
Okay, let's note that.
Must wonder.
By the way, did anyone take the Amulet of Spell Resistance?
I think
Is
Uh,
anyone wearing it?
I think I may have.
Okay.
No.
Actually, I don't know if I did take it. We have spell resistance, and what was the other item that we had in mind?
Warden's Bracelet.
Yes, remind me what that does.
2 times a day, you can use your action to create a portal to a world called Waxavia.
Not Wachovia.
eh.
I said
Wax-
Waxavia, which will last for 1 minute and block anything not worn or carried from going through.
Ah, yes.
And I think V researched that, and V or somebody else asked Mercy about the details, which I wrote down in the chat there.
Yes.
Well, we should decide on who is getting what. We would be happy with either of those, but how many magic items are you holding?
Me? I have 2. I have Babsy here, and the Slippers of Spider Walking, which are useful for now, I guess.
If you would prefer to take... Alright, if you would prefer to take the amulet, we would have no problem with that.
Sure.
Artificers have a lot of extra attunement.
We have 5 attunements, but we currently have our armor, our helmet, and our crossbow, which are considered... I'm not sure if they're considered attuned items. Those are... oh, and our boots. The
I think
boots
if
of
I
the
remember
winding path.
correctly, the armor is not.
I know
but
the
boots
helm.
are.
I know the helm is, and the boots of the winding path are. Sure.
Yeah, whatever it says on 5e tools.
Yeah.
For the effect stuff.
I'm looking that up right now. Give me... we will take the bracelet then.
The bracelet of the gate.
Yes.
So the okay, cool. Cool.
Well, we should be making our way inside, correct?
I mean, we should just look around first, I think, to see if there's signs of them being home, or this is someone who lives out in the woods. I would imagine that the not too friendly to people who just come a knocking.
So, Kiff know woods people. Kiff know woods people don't want people on their lawn. Kiff think might be booby traps somewhere. So Kiff check for traps.
Okay. Where are you looking for the traps?
I mean, if we're in front of the shack,
Are you trying to rob the shack, or are you trying to go in uninvited?
no, not
I don't see
necessarily.
anyone in
Just
front of the shack or in the door or anything like that.
oh, you said there's not.
You don't see anyone
Okay.
looking at the shack from the path.
Okay.
You don't
Yeah.
hear anyone either.
I wanted to make sure there's no like, snare hidden in a pile of leaves or any shit like that.
Okay, roll investigation.
Ooh, that's a dirty 20.
You do see that there is. You're pretty sure there's a rune trap on the shack that would probably cause the shack to burn down if someone tried to grab it. But you don't see snares.
Kiff points to the shack and goes, no touchy. Go poof.
All right, Kim. We don't need to do that. Well, does the door look trapped in any way?
Exactly as Kip described.
I'm sorry. I was
It said
writing
no
down things. No, no traps.
Yeah,
He
there's
said
a
no touch.
rune trap.
No touch it.
Yeah, there's a rune trap
I'm
that
sorry.
might cause the shack to burn down.
Do you have any way to take away this trap? Anyone else? We don't have dispel magic. We only have ability to detect it.
Yeah, sadly, Kiff.
Technically, I do, but I wouldn't want to waste it on that. How about this? I have an idea. Does anyone have some parchment?
Kiff reaches into his sack and tears kind of a corner off of what he was using to make the map. And he says, "Here go."
Okay. I'm going to write, we are friend. We have a skilled archer. We would like to talk. And I write very good cursive, just so you know. But what I do is I say, Font,
Yes.
why don't you put this note? The windows are open.
So there's one window. There's a closed wooden door. The window has some glass. It's dark inside. Looks like it can't be more than one or two rooms in there.
But the window is closed.
The window is glass. It's not shuttered. It's just kind of there. I don't think it. I don't think it's designed.
There's
to
a glass window in front of it that's not open. That's the
Yeah.
short answer.
Gotcha. I was going to suggest perhaps you, or maybe you do it through the chimney. Is there a chimney?
There is, in fact, a chimney.
What if you shot an arrow with the note attached to it, and you delivered it to her that way?
Now, I'm not a genius or anything like that, but usually when someone fires an arrow at you with a note attached to it, it's usually a sign of aggression and threat.
Is there
Just
smoke?
saying.
Also, is there smoke coming out of the chimney?
You don't see smoke coming out of the chimney, but you do see smoke coming from behind the house.
Kiff says to Fontiev, "Maybe arrow show aggression, but what about nice meal?" And Kiff takes a meal stick out, and he takes an arrow out and kind of snaps the back end of the arrow off, and then kind of sticks it together with the meal stick so it has flights on the end.
Okay, okay, while Kiff is doing it, Fontiev is just literally just gonna go casually around the shack and poke his head around to see what's going on with the fire behind it.
Are you stealthy or anything, or are you just casually? Are you
I'm just gonna be casual.
Okay, you see what appears to be a elf woman. She looks rather pale and freckly for a wood elf, but she is just standing there next to a fire that's been out for a while. And
Yeah.
she's staring directly at something that looks like it's either a pedestal or a sundial or a monument or a shrine or something. She's standing very still.
Fontiev is just gonna start like kind of waving for people to come over to him.
Yes, of course. We'll V will come over.
And Fontiev is just gonna go, hello there. Nice pedestal. Is there something about that's going to try to leap out of the pedestal or something? Because I'm generally scared.
The woman turns around. She looks about 30 years old. She stares at you blankly for a second, and then she slowly does a weird smile.
Hi.
What do you say?
Hi. Just like, hi.
She says, "Hello." She said, "I should have known that the wrong person would come at the right time."
You all right?
Okay. I think we might need a little bit more of a gentle touch to this. Yllaxis.
Come on, darling. It is me.
Yeah. Actually, where is
forward.
the Yllaxis right now? I don't think we have her on the table.
Yeah, she's right here.
Oh, there she is. Okay. There you are. I got you. Well, I sort of have you. Wait. Yes. Yes.
Oh.
No. Stop it. Yllaxis, stop breakdancing.
Rolling around the table.
Having a moment.
As you do.
It's a delicate center of balance.
Yllaxis
This is a delicate
somersaults
paladin
into the scene.
situation. Yes.
Hello.
Enter somersault from stage left.
She says, "I am fine," giving a big and kind of too big smile. "Why have you interrupted me?"
I'm not sure what we interrupted.
I'm terribly sorry for interrupting. I see that you're working on something back here. Is what are you doing?
She laughs. She says, "I'm simply waiting for my time."
Kiff says,
She stares
time,
blankly and smiles towards you, Yllaxis.
Kiff says, time for what? Dinner? And then he approaches and offers her the meal stick that he was crafting into an arrow, but decided not to.
She reaches out to take the meal stick. And she says, "There is a time for everything." I'm not sure if you have a song for that in your culture, but there is a season, there is a time for me and for you.
Did she actively eat the meal stick?
She takes a bite. It's a lot to eat all at once, but she takes
Wonderful.
a bite of the top meat.
V reaches his little hand in, but his little hole, well, their little hand in their little hole, and they pull out some royal jelly and offer it to top the meal stick.
Oh yes, good on nutty clusters. Very good on nutty clusters.
She looks at the jelly. She says, "This is useful in making potions. Do you mind if I bottle it?"
We would prefer if you tried some of it, but we don't know how long it'll last. It spoils after 24 hours. Canonically.
She says, "That is why I wish to preserve." She says, "My powers do not work on everything." And she chuckles.
Kiff says, preserving hard. That's why Kiff buy this bag. And he shows her it's a chill touch bag.
Bag of
Or-
holding, right?
Excuse
Oh,
you,
yeah,
it's the
a
bag of holding. Thank
Bag
you.
Of holding. Yes, thank you.
She says, "Is this a gift?"
Kiff says, no, this for Kiff. Kiff travel all around world, finding best ingredients for meal stick. And sometimes Kiff need keep them cool, so they no spoil. So Kiff buy bag of colding, keep things cold.
She nods. She says, I have seen that material before, over the hill. She says, gesturing to the hill to the north. You will find more there. Perhaps you can use it in your business, Kiff.
Ooh, yes. I got booted, but
Oh, are we about to experience a Kevin?
It's possible.
Okay.
Good thing we still have our imagination.
Yes, our imagination. V's gonna chime in.
Strange manner, and she doesn't hesitate to leave awkward silences and just stare at people. Go ahead.
V's just going to say, well, to go over the hill, we will need to clear out whatever's over in the valley, correct?
Honey nods. She says, she says, you were the wrong people, but you were at the right time.
We're the right people.
Honey stops smiling and tilts her head to the left and says to Thalia, she says, according to what I remember, you will meet them.
Where?
In the future.
Who exactly are the right people, quote unquote?
No, I said where, not when.
Says she laughs. She says, "You say many things." She says, "The right people are dead." In response to Fontiev.
The right people are dead.
Is
Oh, we're gonna meet them soon.
Connor
Apparently.
one of them?
She shook her head and she said, I saw Connor on the path. She says, he did not have the courage as you do.
Freaking me out, man.
Do you know where Connor went? Is he still walking around the woods, or has he gone
Tony
home?
laughs. She says, Yllaxis knows, Fontiev knows. Connor went home.
He kind of just like looks at both of them and like shrugs.
And Fontiev just like also shrugs back like,
Oh.
She starts
and
look at the thing. Go ahead.
Anyway, we came to ask you about your skills in providing magical arrows of usefulness and stuff, and perhaps teaching our Artificer here potentially on how to make some stuff for us to do battle with and prevent end of world. Yes?
As Fontiev volunteers V just kind of turns to him.
It's
Sit.
literally your job, okay?
Our job is to fix things.
I was talking metaphorically outside the game, but okay.
It's hard for me to tell when you're in and out of character. Sorry. Continue.
Tony
Yeah.
looks a little concerned for a second. She says, I am not allowed to teach you much. She says, if you find,
What do
So-
you mean allowed?
she says that I will explain. She says, if you can bring me some Thunderbird feathers, or some luminous dust, I can show you how to make sunbeam arrows and storm arrows.
Oh, okay.
And where will we be able to find these?
She looks to the right and she says, over the hill.
Is that towards the humming hill that I am aware of where we parked the airship last time?
The humming clearing is to the west.
Okay, so not that direction, okay.
When will we be able to find them?
towards Gan, correct?
Yes, she points due north and she says that way.
Okay.
Where on the map are we?
We're right,
You are just off. You're right at the
like
top
right
edge.
above.
You're like zoomed in here. I have this whole table is like a map that I've
Yeah,
brought.
we're above the word valley.
Oh, okay.
So we're like getting
Yeah.
towards the Valley of Gan.
So like the short answer is like Charles just hasn't had time to go make a new map for this part.
Oh, that's fine. I
I
thought,
do. It's just a relatively small area, and I don't know how long
That's
we're
fair.
there, but I could totally make a map.
No, it should
Oh.
be fine.
Yeah.
What
So
do?
no, it's fine. I
if-
was thinking of the more zoomed out map, but this
here,
Oh, okay. The big boy map.
yeah, our biggie boy map.
Yeah, on this one, yeah, it's still like right at the top edge.
one.
Oh, that's
So
a
we
good
haven't
contrast
gone
there.
that far towards the valley.
So Lady Katra's gem mines are down the top this one. You're just up a little bit on the slope. Yeah.
Okay. So we need to go over the hill for the Thunderbird feathers and some luminous dust. So I guess we go that way. Hello?
Okay.
Currently 4 p.m.
Yes.
Would it be best for us to find a space to camp as well tonight? We will
think
need
that-
to save
I
up
mean,
our strength eventually.
So, well, okay,
we can
here's
go.
my
We can go.
secondary
there
question.
first.
Secondary question. How long of a walk from the fort to here was it?
It was 3 hours.
Oh, okay. Not necessarily too bad that we couldn't walk back if we wanted to, but it's up to you guys.
We think it might be best to find a spot that way we can survey what is going on before we actually set foot into the valley.
Okay.
Kiff will turn to Tony here, and Kiff will ask, Kiff wonder, up north, is there any landmark or place that people go to?
She smiles. She says, "Many adventurers go there. Those seeking wealth and fame. Different from you. Very different from you."
I guess just to clarify, like instead of just the overarching valley, I'm wondering if there's like a landmark within the valley.
So, this person is
Like, if-
notably not directly answering anyone's question.
Okay.
It's not that I'm out of character not here. I am out of character here, but she doesn't want to answer the questions directly. After she says that, she pauses and she says, "There is a castle, great castle. A castle, and far away, an icy shore. They go there. Connor went there, seeking wealth, seeking treasure."
Seeking adventure.
She laughs. She says, "You might say that."
While we're talking, is there any way I can just take a look at this pedestal / sundial and see if there's anything arcane about it? I want to see if I know it.
Really far away from her right now. You want to take a closer look?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask if I can approach. We would like to see what you're doing out here. That is okay.
She looks increasingly suspicious as you get close. She says, "You may observe, but do not touch."
Of course.
She says, "I am stationed here to keep watch."
Stationed by whom?
To keep watch of what?
She ignores those questions and she stares at V.
Yeah,
The-
I'm not.
and
Oh, go ahead.
It
sorry.
says you're
Can I
holding.
roll?
Is that just out of date?
That's out of date. Yes. I should
I
be
roll
back.
it?
Sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna ask if I could roll insight to see if this is just like her general demeanor or if this is intentional, like she's thinking about not telling us and stuff.
Okay. Sure, roll that.
Well, you don't roll that on a d12, Sean.
I'm having one of those days.
Yeah. So that is a 18.
You're fairly sure that she looks exactly like she looks kind of like an elf, but she's definitely not an elf. At least that's what you think. You think that she's probably not an elf. This is some kind of weird disguise. Because she's not behaving in a very elfy way.
Okay.
Not particularly elven.
I'm gonna try to speak Elvish to her and say, you can tell me who stationed you here to look after what?
She says, my elders in Elfish, back to you. So is V gonna walk right up to this thing?
V would like to. V's not gonna touch it, of course, as requested. V wants to get as close as possible without her being pissed off. Yeah.
Okay. And are you gonna like wave any wands, cast any spells, or are you just gonna kind of squint at it?
No, I'm just gonna look. I'm not trying to upset anyone here, especially someone who has agreed to help us to a point.
You see writing in a language. What language do you know?
V knows.
He knows that language, exactly that language.
V
Yes,
knows
exactly.
Common,
The one you
buzzword,
were
and undercommon.
Okay. There's writing in a language. It looks like it might be made of metal. Well, it does have moss and rust on it. There's writing in a language you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
There's also several of what looks like circular gems inside of it that are slowly changing color. They are purple and they're very slowly becoming more red.
Okay. V's just going to say, "This is fascinating. Very, very interesting. May we ask what exactly is happening here?"
No.
Fair. An arcane individual must keep some secrets, correct?
She says, we all must keep some secrets. She says, when you return, I will have a gift for you. If you perform as I remember.
Remember.
Alright. We will do what we can to get those feathers. And V's gonna walk away. Gonna let that happen.
She says, Fontiev.
Yes?
She says, come into the house with me for a minute.
She's so scared.
If,
And
Girls,
walks into the house.
girls are people too. It's fine.
Kiff,
Yeah, but usually they
sends-
don't talk crazy and try to invite me into a very enclosed space to stab me.
Kiff sends a message to Fontiev and he says, just go with flow.
Okay.
I completely forgot I did this a little bit ago. I made that homunculus spirit. Yes. When she goes in, I would like to have my little homunculus and cast invisibility on it.
Invisibility, huh?
Yes, please.
The homunculus. So,
I
I'm
used
sorry.
one of the gems from the bag, so
Okay.
I deleted it.
Okay, sure. So she goes in there. So the homunculus, are you sending it in before? I don't even know what Fontiev's doing. Is Fontiev going in?
Everyone's telling me to do so, so
You
I guess
might
I'm
not.
doing it.
Anything you do could potentially kill you.
No, I'm aware. I'm very aware, and I've played your games long enough to know that, Charles.
Okay, good.
Decide on your safe word first.
If
Sorry,
I start
wrong
screaming banana, help.
we
You
know
got it.
you're screaming, Fontiev.
See, I can't trust that because what if she's offering him banana?
Maybe he doesn't like bananas. Maybe
I
he's
hate
allergic.
all of you. Okay, Fontiev is just gonna cautiously step into the house.
Yeah.
As Fontiev steps in, there's a big poof, and he is not in a house.
Ooh.
And the homunculus too. You find yourself in some kind of strange dimension of swirling green lights. And there's no discernible floor, ceiling, or walls.
And then Fontiev just looks around and just goes, okay, yeah, well, that makes sense.
Tony is smiling at you. I don't know if there's any figure to represent the homunculus, but I guess it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna pull it out in a minute. I'm getting there.
Are there, you said there were windows on the hut? Or no?
There's one window on the front of it, yeah. She took Fontiev in the back door.
I'm just gonna go look through the window. Out of character, I know I can't see anything, but like, that's what I do.
Wherever.
And I just start going, well, the only thing missing from here is a big old bundle of bananas.
Tony just smiles and stares at you and doesn't even laugh or react.
Do we hear Fontiev yelling
Hear
inside?
banana?
You don't hear him yelling.
Okay.
Oh dear.
Anyway, Tony smiles at Fontiev. She hands Fontiev two arrows. She says, "Take these."
Okay. What are they?
She
Is
doesn't.
there an instruction manual?
She doesn't answer. She says, "If you find your purpose in this world lacking, find me again, and I will show you the way." She says, "Because I sense you are like me." Do you take the items or not?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just gonna note that. And Tony walks up to Fontiev. She gets very close to him.
Fontiev is very scared right now. Personal space is being invaded.
She gets within like an inch of Fontiev. Does Fontiev do something?
Fontiev is going to stand there and stare and be very terrified.
She puts her hand on your shoulder. She says, "Fontiev, watch
Yes?
for betrayal."
Watch for betrayal. Okay.
And then there's a poof, and you're in the house. And she lets go of you, and she goes to cook some eggs on the stove.
Okay.
What Thalia saw was she saw Tony and Fontiev just standing in the house, and Tony turned to fire on the stove.
So it looked like they were there the whole time.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go outside right now and go see if my friends have any bananas!
Well, we hear you at this point.
I know. I'm intentionally trying to get attention right now.
Well, and I think Talia said she...
We talked about that, darling.
Fontiev was like,
You
yes,
just
yes,
let us
yes."
know when you need attention.
We,
And, and then I understand now. I'm just gonna go. I see my friends have any bananas. I'm very hungry for bananas, and more bananas. And I just walk out.
I assume do we all hear him just going bananas?
If he's going bananas, and definitely more than once, I'm gonna
Yeah.
stand by Thalia and take a look what's going on. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna.
I'll give him yeah.
Right. We're not like
Confusing.
not coming over.
He's not. Nothing's happening, but I swear I hear phantom bananas.
Okay, Fontiev is coming out of the house, and then Fontiev is just gonna go. Yllaxis, can I talk to you for like 3 seconds? Alone?
Back.
Certainly, darling.
Okay. So Fontiev's gonna be like, okay, some weird shit happened in there. I don't know if I started tripping balls, but we were in a completely different dimension for about like 20 or so seconds, and she handed me these 2 arrows. Don't know what they do, by the way. And she told me to watch for betrayal. I don't know what that means, but I think we might have a traitor amongst our midst. I don't really know. Also, she says if I grow weary of this, I forget, Charles, what was the exact words about like saying about this world and going someplace else or something like
that? She said, sorry, what were you saying about squirrels? I'm a little confused.
No, like something about like if I did not find purpose in this world.
If you don't have purpose in this world, she can help you.
Okay, yes. And I repeat that back to her. I'm just like, any idea what she means? And if I had a guess on who the betrayer might be, I'm thinking Thalia.
I'll keep an eye out for her. It is a bit suspicious, but I wouldn't expect Maggie to run with anybody who wasn't.
Did we ever get confirmation from Maggie that this was in fact somebody she sent here intentionally to help us? Just
Stand
saying.
by. Grab the wand and say, Maggie, can you confirm that Thalia has rainbow color hair?
And Maggie says, these constant interruptions. She says, of course she has rainbow-colored hair.
Enough for me.
Okay. But yeah, for a brief couple of seconds, she decided to isolate me in trippy doodad land. So wee bit concerned.
How are you feeling? Okay?
I look around, I check inside my pants. Is everything still where it should be?
Everything inside what was inside your pants is inside your pants, unless you put those new items into your pants.
Okay, so we're fine there. Who can do identify, by the way? I forget.
Oh, what?
I believe...
No one. No one in this group can identify
think-
items.
I
I can
think-
detect magic, but that is it.
I think V has the ability to learn identify. I don't know if I have the ability for it.
He has the ability to...
I
What-
feel like the
what level
artificer of all
is-
the classes should have like
You would
identify some kind
think.
of ritual.
You can learn identify, yes.
What
but it's
level
not
is
like
it?
a Petskeeper.
What
It's a
level
level
is
1
it?
spell.
Level 1 spell?
Yeah.
Oh, why is it not in my thing? If I had known that, I
Artificer
would have
spell.
taken it.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's not on my Artificer tab. There was no option for it, so I will put it in when I have the time.
Oh.
Yeah, there was no option for it in, whatchamacallit, so...
5e tools, excuse me. Just
It wasn't
straight up
5e tools.
boo.
It was actually, Aurora.
Boo.
Yeah. It's really good for everything else, but, not so much this.
I have remade the game.
Yes.
I was about to ask, did anybody else get kicked, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yes.
I got
very
kicked
much
twice.
Kevin.
Yeah, Matt and
Yeah,
I were
Kevin's.
stuck, so
Yeah.
I asked if we could possibly reset the world. Okay, wonderful. Well, now that I know that I can get Identify, that'll probably be my next move around spell. Or next gotcha spell. Because
Very
that's important.
Very good. So Font,
Yes.
I will keep an eye out for this, but listen to what people say. Even the people that you trust. It could be Thalia. It could be someone else. I don't know who that could be, but someone within our ranks, not necessarily here, but maybe back in Coffin, maybe in Codwake.
Little tiny Tim with the limp, I knew it!
Oh, little Timmy.
Okay. We really need to identify these arrows because I don't know if we're carrying around a legitimate, bad thing.
Are you stating that to everyone?
I'm specifically saying that to, Yllaxis for right now because I don't know what to do with the arrows.
Okay. If you don't say anything to V, V will not say anything.
I understand how you feel about that. Personally, I would ask thee because they seem to know more about the arcane. Perhaps they understand something about it. Does there seem to be any sort of, probably unlikely, but elven or religious aspect of these arrows, or nah, not really?
They look similar to the teleportation arrows you've seen in the past, but different.
Okay. So they look similar to the teleportation arrows, but not exactly. There's some ever so slight differences on the shape back here. Probably does something similar. What is it that she said? No purpose on this world?
She says if Fontiev ever finds that he lacks purpose in this world, he should come to her.
Okay.
Do you think that's a clue?
If he doesn't need to.
Think
I assume so.
that's in character.
Say that again, Char. I did not catch that
He
at all.
said that's in character.
Yes, that's why it's British.
Yllaxis is
That's British.
asking Fontiev specifically, or everyone?
You think? Yes. Do you think it's a clue?
Again,
Oh,
are
you're
you-
talking to me. You're talking to me,
It's-
or are you talking to somebody else?
You.
Oh,
You're Fontiev, darling.
and like, I don't know.
Well, all right then. Think about it. I would keep those separated in your quiver now.
Oh, these are going right in the bag of holding because I don't know what to do with them right now.
But, just we know things about portals, and we know things about portals within the bag of holding, right?
Mm-hmm. We already have a teleportation arrow in there, remember?
Not good to stack bags of holding or other extra dimensional.
we do have a bag of a arrow portal in the bag, but we are unsure
Okay.
if those arrows are the same. If they're not the same, we don't know how they'll react to the bag.
Just put them on your quiver.
Okay. Just gonna tear off a couple pieces of duct tape to just go put around them, I guess. I don't know. Just mark them.
Are you asking
They
V
look
about them or no?
distinctly different.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask a V about them because I do not trust these arrows.
V is gonna take a look at them. And is Tony outside or is she still inside?
Tony is inside cooking.
V will take about 4 steps towards the door and say to Tony, "What are these arrows that you gave Fontiev?"
She says, a gift.
And what do they do? We need to know what they do if he is going to use them properly.
She says, you will know.
Yes,
She's
that's
eyes
very
spoken.
clear. That
She
is
waves her hand and the door slams shut magically.
V goes
Okay.
back to Fontiev and says, "We have no idea what she has given you, but if you say they are something similar to a portal arrow, they must be something similar to that. It looks like maybe it's a portal arrow to a very specific place. If they are similar, it would stand to reason such."
I guess. What are the other opinions here? Kiff, what do you think? Kiff, the wisest among us.
Lady seemed nice, if a little crazy. And then he'll turn to me and say, "Ladies say arrow used when time is right."
That's
Yes,
what-
she said something along those lines.
Then Cliff will turn back to Fontiev and say, "So used when time is right."
We don't know what
Brand-
they do.
Brain and heart will know. Brain and heart never fail Cliff.
Kiff, you've met me, right?
Fontiev, I've seen you have heart before. And I've seen you have brain once or twice. They're there.
Cliff turns to Fontiev and kind of stares for a minute and just says, "You look like you need potassium."
Yeah, sure, why not? Also, Tabletop Simulator is going crazy on material
There's
bundle
something-
shaders right now. Not sure what's happening there, but okay.
It's okay.
As long as it keeps running.
I got
Indeed.
you. It's what it is.
Yes. Well, it seems as if we're not going to get much more information out of her. Moment. Does the hut have windows on all sides?
It has one window on the front side, one door on the front side, and one door on the back side. It has no more than one window. And a chimney.
Okay. I'm still concerned about that, and I'm gonna kind of gesture towards the pedestal thing. We're unsure as to what writing is on there, but we also do not want to disturb or upset Tony.
Kiff will say, maybe we go get things she asked and come back. Maybe she tell more.
We hope that's the case. We will need to be quite convincing to ask her to tell us more, but I think that Yllaxis would be able to do so.
I think so, but let's sweeten her tongue a bit with the things she wants.
Yes, we agree.
Banana!
Is there a stick on the ground somewhere?
There's plenty of sticks. There's a lot of pine needles too. Pine needles everywhere.
Ooh, pine needles too. I'm gonna add that to the art then. So I'm gonna take just a minute before we go. I'm going to draw what I saw several nights ago very quickly into the dirt. The star that crash landed into the Valley of Gan, and just leave it within the general vicinity of her her pedestal,
Okay.
and that's it.
Okay. I'll call it 5 or 4:30.
I'm just gonna go throw the tea kettle on. I'll be back in a moment.
Take your time.
Yes. Well, then I think we are going to continue towards the Valley of Gan, correct?
Well, we need to get the Thunderbird arrow stuff. And
Yes, and they are north towards the Valley of Gan.
No, she said it was over the hill in the opposite direction, wasn't it?
Towards
I'm very
the Valley
confused.
of Gan.
She
Oh.
pointed north, which is
Yeah,
where
we're towards the Valley of Gan.
Okay, so we gotta go there and then go back, and then she'll show us how to make arrows.
We hope so, yes.
Okay, let's do that. By the way, does anyone know what a Thunderbird looks like, or how big, or will it try to murder us?
you recently saw it in the entourage of some blue dragons to the south.
Oh, those were the Thunderbirds? The little...
But more magical. Yeah.
They're like a, They're like a phoenix, but electric.
Yeah,
It's
it's a
electric.
large blue bird. You can't miss it.
The large what kind of bird?
Blue bird.
Oh, good to know. Large blue bird.
Huge.
And then we
huge.
get a closer look at it, and for some odd reason, it's actually just a penguin.
Right. I think we're gonna make our way towards the north, where we were asked to go.
Yeah, okay.
Be boldly ventures forth.
Yes, I think we're all venturing, but
At 5:30, when it's starting to be roughly sunset, you see what looks like a big crater in the ground. I assume, is this homunculus still with you?
yeah, the homunculus does not die unless it dies.
Okay. You can see this big crater here. It looks like this is roughly where that falling star landed. You can see a variety of different kinds of junk, and there is a dwarf carrying a huge sack and just kind of looking through the junk and putting some of the things into it. Please roll perception.
All of us, just me.
Oh, actually, yeah, let's see what other people are doing first before I do rolls.
Is anyone doing anything else?
Fontiev is looking around for what he assumes are giant bluebird feathers.
For big bird.
Are you going off the path into this other area, or just looking along the path?
Is everyone coming with me?
I mean, are you going off the path?
I mean, I'm looking around everywhere. I'm just asking, does anyone want to come with me?
I think we're all going towards the north.
Yeah, I know. I meant slightly off the path to go look on the non-path parts to see if there's big blue feathers.
Well, we could do that. We just think that... Are we sure that this would be spot where the Thunderbirds would nest, we should have... You, actually, we have a generally good grip on nature. Knowing what I know about Thunderbirds, can I roll nature to see, like, where I think they would reside or nest?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
be near? Yay. Thank you. Wow. 29.
So you actually hear some distant thunder to the north, and you recall that they like
Stormy weather.
not only stormy weather, but they like very high places, and you are getting higher. And in fact, with that amazing roll, you see one swoop and perch on top of some kind of thing that's kind of hard to see through the trees to the north.
Whoa!
Whoa!
That was intense.
Goodbye.
The attack of the hut.
I think something just got unlocked or locked together. Did you lock the house? You have to lock the house before you slide the other part on top, I guess. That's what I would do, at least.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what you see.
Anyway, V will relay this to everyone. It looks like there could be a Thunderbird up that way. They do like to be in high places, and our altitude, the altitude that we're in is climbing, and we think that, actually, we might even see one over in that direction. And I'm going to point towards the direction that I saw the Thunderbird perching.
Yeah.
The question is, do we know if these are sentient or, well, if these are conversationally sentient, or if they are going to be something that we will have to fight?
Hopefully the latter.
With your great nature roll, you know they speak Orin. And they can speak with giant owls and giant eagles.
Do they speak
Huh.
primordial?
You could probably get across sounding like a goblin to them if you talked to them primordial. Yeah, like you could communicate. Just not in the classiest possible.
Okay.
Right, so are people going up north or doing anything else?
Yeah, I think Kiff would be happy to go up north.
Okay.
Continuing,
So
yes.
do you want to go directly towards where the bird is or go towards Sasha's place?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Do you want to go directly towards where the Thunderbird is, or do you want to go towards the instructions leading to Sasha's house?
Fontiev?
I think towards bird.
Alright, Fontiev leads the way.
Okay.
I think we're following the ranger, yeah?
Yes, because this can't possibly go wrong.
You're a ranger.
I am the worst ranger.
It's now 6:30 p.m. as you're snapping through twigs and branches.
Me, I'm
You
not
can
on
see that there's some kind of big ruined complex. It looks like it might have once been a monastery or a school or a castle or something. Or a mansion, it's hard to tell. Only 1.5 of the buildings is still standing. And there's no real path to this place. There is a very large bird on it. The bird does not seem to have noticed you. It seems to be cleaning its toes right now.
Are there any stray feathers that are on the ground that we see?
So I'm giving you an opportunity now to be out of sight of this bird to decide what to do before you get in closer to see what's on the ground.
Okay. Guys, there's a giant
So you
bird.
might keep my straight.
Yes, that would be a Thunderbird.
Can try talking to it.
We do know it can converse. It would be best.
Okay, who has the best language options for a potential bird? I mean, if it hangs out with dragons, I assume it's gotta know Draconic, right?
We only know Buzzword and Undercommon and Common, of course.
And I look at Yllaxis and Kiff because they're the only other people I know that know Draconic.
It's not a bad thought. Thalia, you were saying you speak primordial and you think that's similar to Orin.
Excuse me. speak Ord. We would think as Air Genasi, you'd be able to speak that, correct?
I speak primordial.
Well, if they're similar, you might be able to translate some things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
remember, race and culture
Similar.
can be different. I learned that recently.
I mean, yes.
Okay, so
He doesn't
yeah.
know.
I
I
can
can-
try.
Do you want to take a ride with me, Thalia?
Sure.
I think if we're, have wings as well, there might be a level of respect and commonality.
Yes, being able to fly, especially on a larger creature like Altier, may make you not intimidating, but look like less of a snack.
Kiff says, Kiff have wings, and he flaps his bug wing bag wings somewhat frantically.
Oh dear.
We think that you may want to stay with us, Kip. We can maybe not be sneaky, but we can aid from afar. Speaking of which, hold on, let me look at a thing. I'm going to, well, unfortunately, I don't know if I can do both guidance and invisibility, and it stays for an hour. I think I would prefer to keep my invisible boy, but you guys let me know what you would prefer.
That is quite alright. I will
Oh yeah,
compliment
you have
both
guidance.
Thalia and Yllaxis on their greatness,
Thank you.
and
Yeah.
you each get a Bardic Inspiration.
Okay.
I feel inspired.
I feel so inspired. Thank you, Kiff. You ready to go, darling?
Always.
So, just for the ease of moving, we are on Altier. And slowly, slightly off the ground, on wings, we approach.
Okay, you see at this point the bird is pecking, and it seems to be pulling out like an old mattress with its beak, and carrying that, it's starting to take off until it notices you. And it goes, "Rah!"
You want me to go first, or do you want to?
Well, do we understand anything from the rank? Or is it just a
You
bird call?
translated that as, "Rah!"
Very good.
Like there's not a word for that in common.
Yeah. I'm
No,
just
no,
making
it actually translated to quack.
I
Very
wanted to make sure it was a bird call and not Orin. So
It
I will.
sounds like a remark of surprise and mild concern.
So I will
So carrying
tell
the mattress,
Yllaxis that's Orin for rank.
good. Very good. Very good.
carrying the mattress in its beak, it flies up to about 100 feet.
Going to try first, or shall I?
Sorry about that. Did you want to go first, or did you want me to?
I
Both asked
will
the same question.
call
Go
out
first.
because I don't like waiting. I will try calling out in my best attempt at an Orin dialect of Primordial, and say hello. We have come to. What did we come to do again? To
Get
talk.
feathers.
And if you have some. First, do I make sense to you? And then I'll wait.
You can't understand all of the words, but it says something like, trying to fix nest, have to go soon. Not sure who you are. Sorry, very busy.
Okay.
Oh, if only Kick was
Like
there.
it's about to be trying to go away.
We help fix next. We help fix nest. You give us feathers? Smile.
It's gonna hesitate. It's gonna blink at you. It spits out the mattress it was carrying onto this roof here.
My friend,
It said,
Love.
I found this mattress that I can use to fix the nest. So I don't need any more help, but thank you. And
My
he's-
friend,
yeah.
love fix very fast. Very fast. And good. I'm gonna do a thumbs up. Another thumbs up.
Totally got it.
So you can tell it's a female thunderbird. She says, "Okay, well, if you're not busy, the nest it's on the castle to the north over these rocks." She says, "You come find me there. We can do the trade there." And then she says, "Rah," and she's gonna just swoop over the highest points of these peaks here that you can't quite yet see over.
I'm just gonna yell, "Nice to meet you!" as she flies away.
Are there any feathers that came off of her as she flew?
Yeah, are there any?
To go look here.
Yeah.
I will jump off Altier and cast Levitate and float down to see if there are any feathers that fell down where the mattress was picked up.
Okay, so you're gonna go into this ruin, right?
Yeah.
And
So-
Fontiev is kind of just looking
just
around the
going,
general
"No, no,
vicinity for
I'm
feathers.
floating down into the ruin. I don't know if Yllaxis and Altier are following or not. I assume they
I
are,
will.
but
I
I've
will. Yeah.
popped off.
So it's starting to get quite dark indeed. I don't know if everybody's dark vision or if people might search.
I have 120 feet of dark vision that can see through, I think magical and not magical darkness.
You got
Oh,
that
wow.
devil
But
sight?
you can't
I
see
got that
color.
devil sight.
You can't see
Yeah.
colors. You can't tell if it's a blue feather or a white feather.
Just a feather, yes.
It just says I can see normally in darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet.
As Thalia and Yllaxis and Altier start to descend, V's gonna turn and look at Fontiev and Kiff and say, well, we should make ourselves useful and maybe find a place to set up camp very close by.
Sure.
Sorry, you,
Yeah, so dark vision does not give color. So are you going to search through these ruins at night here?
I mean, I popped off and I am looking for a feather that is on top.
Okay, and you're not using lights. Okay. So roll investigation.
Hold on. And I just want to make sure, because it's not dark vision, it's devil sight, so I don't know if that changes the color. Okay. Either way, let me just get to the board so I can roll a dice.
Oh, it's devil. Okay, so it's not dark.
No, it's devil sight.
So you can see. Okay, that's interesting because it's different. It's different for warlocks than it is for devils. I didn't know that. The warlock version.
Yeah, the warlock version is a little different.
Yeah, it's okay. You can see feathers. Roll your investigation.
I rolled a 14.
A 14. Okay.
You got inspiration if you want.
Oh yeah, you have a bardic inspo.
Inspiration.
Oh yeah,
Why not?
how many?
It's a
What dice?
D6.
D6.
Thank you. Sure, because I assume at
How
this
many
point
D's
it's
is
in, like,
that?
thank you. No, I was like, how many numbers on the dice is real bad. I can't words today. I'm
Which
not
D?
Maggie.
Which D am I allowed to use?
I assume at this point it's been almost 10 minutes as I'm starting to search. Right?
So the next question I was going to ask you is how much time you want to spend searching, because there's a total of like roughly 3 ruined buildings, one of which is intact and might take longer to search.
Okay, so first I am going to roll the Bardic Inspiration, so that adds 4, so that's 18 now. I'll spend at least 10 minutes and see what I find. If I don't uncover anything, or if I don't feel like I uncovered enough, then I might keep going. So
Could
we'll
I,
say
if she's gonna do that, I'm not just gonna stand there looking pretty, I'm gonna help her looking pretty. that possible?
Nice.
It is possible.
Nah.
Thalia also finds an old weapon rack, and Thalia also finds a somewhat recently dead orc.
Oh, an orc.
This is before going inside the building that remains. Because I assume you wouldn't look in there for feathers, because a bird that large wouldn't fit in there.
So I jumped down like where the bird had come out of.
Okay, yeah.
So if it was like above the building where it pulled the mattress out, that's where I would have hopped in.
Okay.
It's hard to tell from the thing how like where exactly it's destroyed, but anyway.
That's what you find searching outside in the dark. You're not quite at the top of the ridge, but you can hear thunder from over the ridge and see occasional flashes of blue. What are other people doing during this hour of searching? Or not hour, 10 minutes, right?
If,
I was gonna say, whoa.
Alright, can
This
I
5 hours of searching. No, go ahead.
can I ask one thing? So the bird was outside of the building.
Yeah,
Yep.
the building was too big for the
Would
bird.
not fit inside of it.
Bird too big for building.
If Kiff hears this thunder and lightning in the background, Kiff would turn to everyone else and say, Kiff think we go find Roof now.
If where are we going to find a route? We are making camp for the night. Unless you think that building is better, and I'm gonna point to the tower thing over there.
Kiff turns
You don't.
after the building.
Well, I'm not there.
I'm sorry?
I was gonna say we were heading towards Sasha's.
Where?
Okay, we go there then.
Do you think that heading there would be our best place of rest? We think that whatever you think is best, going towards Sasha's isn't a bad decision. We should do it post-haste, though. It is starting to get very dark, and we think that we need to make sure that we're inside away from the storm.
Are you talking to Fontiev?
Nope, I'm just generally stating to
Okay.
everyone. Fontiev is there, and I'm making a statement that
Part of everyone.
there is thunder.
Fontiev is not part of everyone. Fontiev is just merely exists.
Fontiev's just vibing over there.
Okay.
Okay, so have we found any feathers?
I put in chat which Thalia found. Thalia found 2 owl feathers and 1 rock feather in a 10-minute search. A quick 10-minute search of the outside.
Wait, we found a rock feather?
rock.
Interesting.
Yeah, ROC.
We'll
or
put
rock.
it
No,
in
I know.
my hair.
You're gonna put them all in your hair?
Putting the rock feather in my hair.
Okay. It's rather large. It's like the size of a dinghy orc. But you can certainly try that.
Yeah, I got Kevin.
Got Kevin.
Recently,
same.
are you gonna share all the things that you found with us?
Yeah.
Ah,
I am trying to put the rock feather in my hair though.
yeah. V's going to ask.
Trying me.
What about the dead orc?
It's rotting and it's got flies on it.
Is there anything interesting on it? It. I should not describe gender. Them.
You would have to probably touch it or at least poke it with a stick to see if there's anything interesting on it.
Okay. Poke it
Looks
with a
pretty
stick.
Okay.
That'll be true.
Like a long stick or a short stick?
It's a long stick.
I'll touch it if you consent. I'm immune to disease.
Oh no, I'm not concerned. Or rather, I should say Talia's not concerned.
Talia's not concerned.
I should pick up a long stick and poke it.
Okay. Thalia
the
pokes
body.
it. It kind of wiggles when she pokes it. It's clearly dead. When she pokes it with a stick, let's say 2 gold coins fall out of the sack.
Is it surely dead? Thalia.
I'd say it's quite dead.
V is going to let his bees eat, or their bees, excuse me, eat. They start kind of, a small swarm kind of comes out and surrounds the body.
Okay, there's if little scuffle with some flies at first, but then they scare up the flies. There's a lot of maggots in there.
Yeah,
They're just innocent babies.
we can share. We don't need the whole thing. We can sustain off of what is left.
So V uses their swarm to clean the meat, right?
Yeah, it's less like a swarm thing, and it's more that he needs to, or they need to feed every once in a while, and this is their feeding process.
Okay, sure.
It's gonna take them some time.
So I would say like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
If that's his evening meat.
Totally fine.
20 minutes later, again, if anybody else is doing anything, let me know.
Talia's watching.
It's not raining.
the
It's raining. Go ahead.
bee eat, mesmerized, and will pick up something and at some point try to stick it in the mouth hole.
You're sticking things in my mouth hole, or well, in
Yeah,
my
if
head, in
if
its
I
head hole.
feel like you missed something.
Talia's helping the bees in V's hive eat by carrying pieces of dead meat to them. Amazing.
That's it.
V will allow Thalia to do that.
Nice.
And V will make the comment, it's like you are part of the hive.
Okay. Just reading items here.
Does anyone else want to do anything in that 20 minutes before we go off?
Just a quick question. Do we know the exact way to Sasha's? Or are we just kind of following the winding path?
There is a path that leads to Sasha's. You guys went off the path to go towards where this bird was sitting. Which led you to a route. You were off the path.
Okay, so with Kiff's Wanderer, he would know the way back to the path.
And with Fontiev's excellent ranger.
Yes.
Oh, Fontiev is such a good ranger.
I mean, Fontiev and Kiff definitely should be leading the way in this group, currently.
Okay, so now I have listed what they found on the orc corpse. There is a crude leather-bound book. There's one scroll of identify. There's 42 gold, and there is a rolled-up fine painting on fine white paper.
The scroll I'll put in the bag, but I'm gonna keep the gold if that's okay.
Okay,
That's fine.
Nice, thank you. The leather-bound book and the painting V will show to everyone. We found these pieces while we were cleaning up the dead body. Do you know anything of them? I'm just gonna,
You
like,
can
show them
use those to get things from other people.
the book and the scroll.
I thought you were talking about the coins. I'm sorry.
Nope. V has figured that one out at this point. He's seen you use gold to buy things, so now he knows, or they know that you use gold to buy things. But
Well, that scroll, I'm not much for reading them. I only know a little bit, but for certain people who know magic, it's very useful.
what about the painting? Do you know anything about that?
it's a
Do I know
roll-up
anything?
tied up with a bow. You can open it if you want.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was like tied. I thought it was just rolled.
I'll
yeah.
open it.
Okay.
Very gingerly, of course. Peel it back ever so daintily, not wanting to damage anything, keeping it dark and preserved, using my body to make sure there's not any moisture from the air coming around it.
Okay, so what it is, again, it's dark. I don't know who has dark vision here. If you
I
have
do.
dark vision, you
I
can
have dark
see the colors.
vision.
If you have the devil's sight, you can't see the colors.
Yes.
It's a beautiful watercolor painting of what appears to be, for lack of a better word, a pigman family, showing mother, father, and piglet. And it says, "Dear Priscilla, no matter what happens, we will never forget you." You're not aware of any such race in this.
Kiff goes, Pigman.
I thought you said Pikmin for a second. I'm like,
A pigman.
hey, Sarah, get Olimar out when you start throwing shit.
Pigman. Pigman.
And it says, "Love your family."
Love who?
Love
Oh, your family.
Yes.
Oh, it's nice.
Fascinating. What an interesting race. We've never seen anything like this.
Kiff says,
Wait a second.
why does rotting orc have painting?
Oh shit, I forgot. It's in Pig Latin, but most
Oh.
of you guys know that already. Yeah.
Yeah. It's in
Yeah.
Pig Latin.
Wait a second. Wait a second. And there are 3 destroyed houses. This is from Pigfolk. Look for
So
werewolf prints.
So not for Silverlocks. Oh no, that was one house with 3 different. Got it.
No, there's a story they tell children in the capital town.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So, there's a very, very lazy pig, a very lazy pig, and a diligent pig.
As Yllaxis begins to tell this
And she
story,
elitistly explains, yes, somewhat elitistly explains the 3 little pigs.
the 3 little pigs. Yeah. I'm going to. V is going to open the leather-bound book and show it to Thalia because V cannot see in the dark. V's
What
just gonna
do I
pass it
see
to
with-
Thalia.
Mine eyes.
Quite not
this-
in a rude way, but like still listening. But anyway, go ahead.
That book, it is in Urkish.
Oh.
It seems to be who knows Urkish here? I think Fontiev.
That'd be me. Yeah.
It's
Fontiev
a
is
list
an
of
orc.
duels and people that this orc mugged and killed and what he stole. And he also says, went to buy a crater, found fancy painting. You'll sell it home if they
What-
forget
what?
my crime.
He said went by crater?
Yes. That's the last
Oh.
entry.
And I'm reading all this aloud to everybody. Anybody know of a crater anywhere?
Yes, a few nights ago. You don't remember the star that fell?
Oh no.
I have a hunch he's referring to that. That's interesting.
Okay, moving on. So do we want to go investigate said crater?
I think we're trying to look for Sasha's for a little cover for the night, and then go into the Valley of Garn in the morning.
But what about Thunderbird?
It flew to the north.
Oh. Bird said, need to fix Nest V. This is you written all over it. So, it's fixing the nest and said that we can help fix Nest, and I said if we help fix Nest, you give feathers, and it said I'll be at the castle. Find
Kiff
me.
says, nest?
It's-
Kiff good at nest. Kiff make many nests.
We would also be happy to help fix. Fixing is what we do. Where did the bird say that his nest was? Or her nest was, excuse me. I don't know if it's on here.
Castle.
Yes, without the castle, she had to go back to be with her chicks.
Yep, the castle.
We remember
That
mention
away-
of a castle towards Ghent, correct?
You did.
It must be in the
Just gonna-
valley.
Just gonna point to the direction that birdie flew off in.
It must be in the valley. We should do our best to rest for tonight. That way we go into the valley ready.
Kiff says, yes. Friends need roof. Kiff know big boom nights like this. if big boom might hit tree fall down, bad things happen. We go find roof now.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess we're gonna go find a shelter to go sleep.
We're going
And
towards
stuff.
Sasha's area.
So just confirm you're not going into this building, but you're going towards Sasha's. Okay.
Yeah, I think for now.
You arrive at Sasha's at 8 p.m. just as it does, in fact, start to rain.
Oh no, the rain!
And there is a light on. There is a light on in Sasha's house. It's kind of a nice house. It's up against some rocks, and there's what is clearly a couple of garden plots, including some radishes nearby.
The
And
invisibility of my homunculus has worn off.
Okay.
It is now just a homunculus. It's only an hour.
It's right overlooking the edge of the ridge here. There's a path down the cliff, and you can see there's a huge swamp with the tall trees, and there is a big castle visible in the distance. And there's a lot of thunder and lightning happening out over that. It's hard to see the details because it's so stormy and foggy, but you can kind of see there's a path down, there's a big swamp, and there's a castle in the distance. You can see that there's some kind of tower in the swamp too, which I'll note.
Okay, before we go any further, we want to take a break now?
Sure.
We can
Not
do
bad
either,
time.
if that's all right. Or do we want to finish? Do we want to go into Sasha's house, or I don't know how much stuff there's gonna be. I can do either. What would y'all rather?
Say we're going into Sasha's house, but that's where we pick up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay.
See.
I will be right back.
Just kidding.
We are going to hit break time. If you have any questions or comments on D&D night, let us know in chat. But it's break time. Awesome. And we are... Well, we're almost back. I gotta get the pumpkins to go away.
The pumpkins.
Yeah, my new transition.
I like pumpkins.
I like the pumpkins too. The pumpkin transition is like one of my favorite things I ever got. Anyway, we're back.
Okay, so it's raining a lot. There's very windy up here, and you see this house with glowing windows here, kind of a big building, and you see a fire inside.
There's a fire inside the building?
Yep.
Yeah, like
and
a
Like a
fireplace
manageable fire.
Yes, a fire that is supposed to be there.
Yeah, that was going to be my next ask. I'm like, is it like we need to call the fire department fire, or someone just has the
Does it need to rain higher, or?
Yes, there is smoke coming
Harder.
from the chimney.
There's smoke
It's
coming from the
okay.
chimney, exactly.
It looks like someone is inside.
Yeah, and I should add that the house is built up against like the top of the mountain. There's no trees up here. It's very windy. There's no trees. There's just a few scrubs, and it's kind of built inset into the rocks, like you might kind of as dwarfish construction tends to do. They feel better when there's rocks next to their house.
Got to have me stones.
Yeah.
It would make sense if they are connected to the earth. Yllaxis, would you like to do the honors of knocking on the door? You know them better than us. He gestures to himself.
I step to the front, and I.
By the
walk
way,
up to
Charles,
the
I have
door,
to ask, are we in a Skyrim tavern right now?
I'm listening to Yllaxis right now.
And I knock on the door. Sasha?
The door opens. I'm gonna say somewhat obese dwarf, carrying a snake on his shoulder, opens the door. He says, "Hell, travelers, welcome. Come in, come in. All are welcome in Sasha's trading post. Come in, come in. I've been expecting you."
Yes, we spoke earlier on the phone.
Yes, yes, he says, come in, come in. What services can old Sasha provide for you? You need food, you need a place to sleep. Would you like to hear stories? Would you like to meet some friends? We have these
We're all
little
quiet.
halflings that came in recently.
Love story.
I think getting
Yes.
to know the halflings would be a good idea. We think.
I think
We
we
see some
want to
halflings
see.
before.
He says, "Can I sell you something? I have hard biscuits. I have cheese. I have ropes. I have
those little umbrellas you
salted,
put in drinks.
salted sausages. We have many things."
Kip's eyes begin to twinkle.
Is it safe to assume you guys come in?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
You're in.
And I will promptly squeeze the water out of my hair onto the floor.
And
So
He says, "Yes,
Kip,
yes. Make yourself comfortable. Tell me, tell me." He says, "Everything is reasonably priced. Everything is discounted. We have a sale. We have it is adventuring season. I am so happy to see you all here. Tell me, what can I do for you?"
Kip will look at Thalia squeezing her hair off onto the floor, and he'll go, "How rude!" And he'll press the digitation to puddle up.
yeah.
So, Sasha, I think the main things we were wondering is if we could find a respite here for the evening, but we'd love to hear your tales of the halflings as well as any other stories you might have.
Certainly, certainly. And he says, "Hey, children, you have new friends tonight." And these very cold and shivering-looking halflings turn to look at you. It is the same halflings who you saw in Carthan earlier. They look like they barely survived the hike up here.
So, before they left, right?
Yeah, we talked to them.
They smile to see you and they do wave.
Hello.
Good
Nice
to
to
see
see you're not dead.
They say, "Yeah, we made it. It was quite an adventure." Yeah, it was. And Sasha says, "Perhaps that was enough adventure for you, huh? Maybe you go back to your village of Pinehole."
I think that might be a good idea.
The dwarf says, "If you'll be staying, the rooms are going to be 10 gold per night, per room. But we have bunk beds. I think you could squeeze into one of the rooms."
All of
He
us.
says, "And tips are always welcome. Just remember, do not go open that door on the far side of the room. That is my door."
What's in it?
"Oh, nothing that would interest a free-spirited creature of the breeze like yourself," he says, winking at Paladin.
So it was 10 gold per the room.
10 gold to rent the whole room, which has 6 beds in it.
Kip will hand Sasha 20 gold and say, Kip no need bed, but Kip need extra blankets and pillows. And sausages, please. Definitely sausages.
Yes, Sasha can do this. He says, I will go into the basement," he says. "All will be provided. Please, take a look around, I sell many adventuring gear on the shelves here." He says, "I'll be right back." And he goes into the basement.
I'm gonna just sort of look around the room.
The
Not
halflings
touch
will
anything.
be like asking you where you've been and what your plans are.
I'd like to ask them then where they been. Tell me about your adventures. I'd love to hear.
They talk about how they were hiking up. They got attacked by some goblins. They barely survived, but they ran completely out of healing potions. And there was a scary wolf that chased them, and they climbed up a tree to hide. And then there was a really mean dwarf who told them that all the everything in the crater was his, and they couldn't have it. And they ran away from him. And they got really tired. They ran out of food, and they were so happy to be at such. And they're deciding whether they want to go down.
I'll see you
down
later, man. Sorry, talking to my roommate.
Kip says, when he hears about the goblins, Kip says, "Oh, Looks like friends here need Goboff. Should go Carthen. Talk to... Did Dromic make the Goboff? I forgot who made the Goboff.
I can't remember.
We're just gonna say Dromic.
I think it
Say,
was Romic and Kid.
yeah. Talk to friend Dromic if he's still there in Carthen. He have good stuff called Goboff. Gobbler go bye-bye.
I say that sounds great, but it's so far away. He's the halfling boy says my great grandfather Connor he could teleport to different towns instantly. He says maybe you could show me how to do that. Since we're really tired of being out in the woods.
We told you not to go, but you didn't listen.
They look at their shoes downcast.
You are still alive, that is what matters. It may be something to take your time and rest, or go back to the village and get stronger, like we have.
He said, yeah, but we wanted to find some treasure. All I found was this old goblin sock. He holds up a bloody sock.
Kiff
That
sees
is
the
treasure
sock,
housing.
and he goes, ooh, Gobbo sock. They might catch scent. Be careful.
He says, is it dangerous? He looks very alarmed.
Gobbo feet smell real bad, and Gobbo knows pretty good.
The girl says, throw it away. And so he throws the sock into the
It
fire.
frantically
And
throws
it
it.
goes with a hiss. It begins to burn. So, Yllaxis was looking around the room, right? You just want to
Yes,
sit
I
there?
just wanted to see what's on the shelves, as well as anything really interesting. I'm not going to touch anything, but I'm just curious what's around.
He's selling bedrolls, picks, rope, grappling hook, lanterns, lamp oil. He has a few excuse me, magical looking things in a glass case labeled ask for ring bell for assistance. And there's a door in the back which says do not touch, Sasha only, do not enter this door, this is not the bathroom. It says all these things in common. And you hear him huffing and puffing because he's very overweight as he comes back up the stairs carrying all the pillows and the sausages. He says, here we are, extra pillows, extra sausages, extra salty. But now tell me, do you want sweet sausage or spicy sausage?
Kiff goes, spicy, good eats.
He said, the little one, you're after my own heart. The spicy meat is best meat. He says, let me tell you about the time I had a Phoenix Hunter in here. We made hot wings. That was something.
Kiff goes, whoa.
He got the pillows and the sausages. He says, for all this, you have paid. You paid with 20 gold. It's all good. It's all good. Your debt is settled.
Kiff says, thanks, friend. And then he'll turn to the party and go, friends can stay here if want, and talk to new friends. Kiff go in room and start make nest. Be back soon.
Okay.
Leave a top bunk for me.
And Kiff will enter the room and begin to make his nest in the corner, as is, the norm.
Beautiful.
These also going to excuse themselves. We would like to get some reading done overnight, and we will retire as well. We do not wish to be unkind. Just had a long day.
Okay.
I am gonna leave. Actually, no. Bubbles and the homunculus will come with me. And I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna cast invisibility on my homunculus and send it back downstairs. Because why wouldn't I?
Kiff sees Bubbles and goes, ooh, metal friend. Please do Kiff favor. Please fluff pillow. And he tries to hand Bubbles a pillow.
V will command Bubbles to do so, and he will mechanically fluff it. Probably not well, but he'll do it.
are perfect.
Just like beep boop beep boop. Here you go. I would like to send my little homunculus down and like have it hang out around Yllaxis and Thalia. Find like a little, maybe even find like a little spot out of the way. You just observe.
It's a pretty tight room, but it is cozy, especially considering it's so far out here in the hill.
I just wanted to observe currently.
Do the two halflings seem like they have been thoroughly deterred from adventuring?
After talking with you guys, they're starting to. It seems like they were, but after talking with you guys, they're really excited about what your plans are, and they seem like they're kind of following you around, especially you, Talia, because I think you look really cool.
So then what I'll do is I will very excitedly start to tell them about our adventures and my adventures in the past. And I will once again go into gruesome, horrible, gory details as I very excitedly talk about, almost being murdered by fiends and limbs falling off and things being slashed and being set on fire and acid and all the things to like really, really try to scare them.
They listen and they say "Wow" and they say "Cool" when you talk about being set on fire. And the girl points to something above your head and says, "Is that fire curse still on you? Is that what that is?"
That's still on me?
You were cursed with flammability. I don't recall anybody casting a remove.
Let
Oh,
me
that's
help you with
alright.
that, darling.
Oh yeah.
Let me help you with that, darling. And I touch my holy symbol with one hand, and and a hand on her, and I use my what's it called, cleansing touch ability, which removes the effects of one spell.
This is a curse.
So this isn't just a spell, it's a quiz.
Curses are like
Quizzes.
so nothing happens.
Also, I didn't get to like roll intimidation or performance to try to freak out these little halflings.
Yeah, do that.
I do have remove curse too, so I can help you there.
They seem really impressed that you walked all the way up here, but while being cursed, you don't even really care that much.
I'm just trying to get to my dice.
Thalia the Fearless.
I don't know about that. 22.
22.
Yes.
Yeah, they're very impressed. They say, "Wow, that's so cool." So, are you trying to make them more impressed or more scared?
No, I'm trying to freak them out. I'm
Okay,
trying
so I
to
think it's
scare
cool
them.
at first, but then you find out that they are very afraid of when you talked about specifically about spells and monsters, and they say, "Whoa, that's scary. That's really scary."
Cool. When they say that, I'm gonna go into even more detail about it.
Okay, whoa. We don't want really big monsters or anything. We're just little. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep.
They look at you and they say, "Maybe you could help us get a treasure that we can bring back home to show that we got experience or something."
Treasures are often cursed, you know.
Yeah, but we came all this way, so we have to do something. We don't want to get eaten by a big dragon or something.
V would also like to, if possible, do some magic tinkering.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose which one in a couple minutes. Oh, is there any, like, small objects in the room?
There's pillows, there's candles, there's candle holders, there's curtains, there's I guess there's like a couple towels. What else would be in there? Maybe like an ink pot.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna take a little ink pot. And,
It says "Do not steal." There's like a little label on it that says "Do not steal."
oh man.
You want a candle? I have several.
When you come upstairs, V will ask you for.
You saw that Saja had many miscellaneous objects for sale in his trading shelves.
Ah.
The little halfling boy asks Sasha, he says, when is it going to stop raining? And Sasha says, oh, it's been getting worse and worse every day, especially in the valley. I do not know when it will stop.
When did this? You've said endless storms before when we spoke before. Has
Sometimes
this?
it seems that way, yes.
Let's see. Do you have any idea what causes it?
He says, it is beyond me. He says, I came up here to get peace, peace and quiet. People don't live down there. It's a quiet place. It's just some old castle or something. It's a nice view, I thought, when I first came here to get away from it all. But the storms have become more and more, and sometimes I think I see something like a great titan standing in the valley. Sometimes I think he says in my dreams, I think he says he needs me, but I don't know. I figured I tell him to take the adventures. They take the adventures because they come through here. They hear of treasure in the north. Still he appears and the storms get worse and he says, I need you. I do not know what it is.
Do the adventurers ever come back?
He says, the only one who has come back, well, that would be the great Connor, the halfling illusionist. Lives in that little village of Pineholm, in between here and Codwig. He was very famous, long time ago. Many years. He came back, I asked him to tell me what he saw down there, he would not say. He went straight home after that, no more adventuring, at least that's what I heard.
All the other adventurers that passed through here, no one's ever come back since.
Oh, they haven't. But I make a good business selling all these supplies to them. He says, by the way, can I interest you in some extra bedrolls, some tents, grappling hook, perhaps some magic scrolls?
I'm just gonna look at the halflings very pointedly as he says that no adventurer since has ever come back. And
They are gonna hug each other.
very slowly.
They're gonna hug each other and go to the far side of the couch and listen.
To the halflings, I say, sometimes the lessons you learned is a good enough treasure. Very few people have heard these tales from first-hand accounts. That's an adventure in of itself, don't you think?
From down the hall, you just hear, "Ooh, spicy! Good eats."
The halflings look at each other and they consider Yllaxis' words and they smile and they say, you know what? Yeah, that's right. You were right, Yllaxis. Assuming you introduced yourself.
Yes, I just assumed that we gave names, yes.
So that's right. Maybe the real adventure, maybe the real treasure was the adventure we had along the way.
Maybe the real things we've learned is the adventures we had along the way.
Maybe the real adventure was the friendships we formed.
Oh my gosh.
The stories you get to tell now that you're still alive.
Yeah. Do we have any books on our friend Connor? I'm gonna ask Kiff. Remembers
I
it all.
believe at some point somebody had Connor's journal. I don't know what happened with this.
Someone had Connor's spellbook.
I think people might have given that back to Netflix or left it somewhere.
I think you might be correct. I just
was
can't remember.
Connor in the Varro age or the Kiff age?
Kiff age.
He was
That
in
was
his very
all
earliest
Kiff.
days of Kiff.
Oh, gotcha.
Yes.
So, Kiff will say, Kiff tell you a little about Connor. With song, he strums the chord, and Kiff will begin to kind of
the tale.
spoken word over a little chord progression, tell the tale of his interactions with Connor. My tea is screaming. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's Scream. Okay, I just want to know whatever V can know about Connor.
That Connor was supposed to have died long ago, which is kind of strange here because Sasha says that he met him many years ago. But Connor's supposed to have died generations ago.
Connor is said to have died many generations ago, but Sasha said.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't hear you very well. Oh, okay. So again,
I'm sure they're good.
You said that
But I think
he's supposed to have died many moons ago, many ages ago, but he
This
was
is just
seen
me
here?
reminding you of information about Connor you got from way back there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I don't know too much about it. So, he was said to be dead when he was seen here.
He was said to have died long ago, and
Yes.
that this is his great-grandson, Connor Jr.
Okay.
hitter.
Oh, right.
That's what we call it.
Okay, thank you.
Either there was some time issues that happened, or this is a unusually very old dwarf here.
Okay. There's some interesting things going on. Okay.
And to summarize what happened, there was a dispute with some orcs who said they stole their treasure to keep the halfling town safe from the orcs, and Connor had a little test to see if people are worthy to access his treasures, and you guys passed it.
Ah, yes, I remember that.
Indeed, we did the things and the stuff that impressed the ghost man.
Sarah the player remembers it, but V does not.
Right.
We saw, on top of that, the grave sites of Connor's friends back in Coffin.
That's correct.
Yep.
In fact, didn't we go into a tomb of one of them?
Yes, we did, right by there. That's where the Lich King was.
Yes.
The Lich King or the two skulls?
The Lich King. The two
The Lich
skulls
King.
were down in the Underdark.
Ah, thank you.
Yes, it's been a long, strange journey.
It has, but that's okay.
But we made friends along the way, and we learned the value of friendship.
Indeed.
It makes
See?
sense thematically that nobody would remember all these tales exactly.
Yeah,
correct.
V doesn't remember all of it. That's totally fine. Perfect. That's all really V wanted to know.
Okay, so meanwhile, Sasha keeps trying to sell you stuff. Gently, but insistently.
Give you a coin for a tail.
A tale.
A tale of woe and sorrow.
Tell us any tale you like about the Valley of God.
A tale of two cities. One south of the mountains and one north.
A tale of a man named Mario and his brother Luigi Mario.
So he tells you a tale of a ranger who stopped by here, who wanted to get dragon scales, and he said that he was going to search the Valley Gone, but Sasha warned him. He said nobody comes back from there except for Connor. But he said he warned him not going there. So the guy instead went east into the I believe, where's my map? Where's my handy dandy map? Okay, into the Hard Peaks range, and he actually encountered a black dragon fighting with a phoenix, and after the dragon killed the phoenix, he was able to cut some phoenix meat, and he made the spiciest sausages that he'd ever had, and they brought some of them back for Sasha, and it was incredibly delicious. He hasn't tasted anything more delicious in his life.
Does he seem on the level? Can I roll insight to see if, like, he's probably a little crazy, but, like, does he believe it or what?
Does he believe the story he's telling you?
Oh,
Yeah, believe his own hype.
Is he selling me just a tall tale,
tale?
or does he does he legitimately believe that, like, this all happened?
Well, you roll insight then.
Thank you.
Clearly, there's some embellishment.
Nope. It's gripping.
Yeah, there's some embellishment. He adds at the end. What was your result on your roll?
Natural 1.
Insight.
Natural 1. I guess you don't get with insight. It's 7. But
Okay.
yeah, natural 1.
He adds at the end. He says, out here in the mountains, far from civilization, you never know exactly what happens. People go out on their own. He says sometimes dwarves like myself, we go out on our own just to make a home in the mountains, just wanting to be by ourselves. Great rangers, hunters, even wizards sometimes wander. He says they come back here with tales, No one can really say whether they're true or not. He says, I would bet you have been on so many adventures that you probably don't even remember the details from all of them.
Oh, no, no, no. I remember the details from my adventures. I will
He
launch
says,
into
of
some
course you are,
details
darling
that are
Fontiev.
definitely. Did they happen? Did they not? I don't even know.
Okay.
I will, for just sharing adventure stories for the halflings, I'll tell a tale of adventure as well. Tell a tale of the heroes of Codwake and sort of make the dramatic point of the story Sonnet's death.
Everyone
Which, by the
gasps.
way, we still need to bury her body, or what's left of it, anyway.
It is, yeah.
Currently and canonically, it's currently sitting with Maggie in her safekeeping right now.
Wait,
Oh, it is?
it is?
Yeah,
I
I
I
literally,
remember that.
yeah, I literally put it into the person many pockets, and I did a hot swap to Maggie in case we all kind of went buoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I used the person many pockets because she was still connected to us through that. So I basically did a cosmic delivery to her.
So, everybody's shocked. And Sasha says, "Oh, you wound my heart, young lady. The story is so cruel. This evil emperor, he really he says, I hope it does not offend you, but it makes me glad I am up here as a hermit. I always thought civilization always leads to greedy men who abuse and are cruel with their powers.
Didn't have to. I understand why you think that.
He says, luckily, we have not seen any giants in this region. Those can be nasty. Connor would not speak of what he found, but he did trade me some strange thing, something he called luminous dust. I asked him what it was or where it came from. He would not tell me. I've sold it by now, of course, but it was very strange material.
Darn it.
Interesting. I'm sure those adventurers ran into the Valley of Gone, yet to be seen.
He nods. He says the one thing you can be sure of, thunderbirds, even thunderboars, are down there, and anything nasty lives in the swamp. There's a great swamp at the foot of the cliff. So I need to find some way over it. I see some of you can fly. I'm not sure if it is all of you.
That's a good tip. Thank you very much for that. What time would you suggest is daybreak?
Daybreak, in this season, I would say 7 a.m.
7 a.m. Very good. We should probably leave at 6:30 then.
He nods, and you can be rest assured. I will wish all the blessings of the dwarven gods upon you.
I smile and say to Fontiev and Thalia, I'm off to bed then.
Yeah. Me too.
He's gonna waddle off and go to the no touch door, and he's gonna go in there.
He's touching the
Can
no
we,
touch door? Oh shit.
Yeah, and he's gonna be mumbling something.
Is he
Can
going in the
we
no-touch door?
Yeah,
Can we see anything as he goes in?
roll perception.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Ooh.
This is gonna be so good. Hold on. Let me get back to my dice. Oh. Oh wow. Okay. 18. I wasn't expecting
You
it to
see
actually be.
beautiful marble stones inlaid with gold lining just beyond the door, which contrasts with the kind of ramshackle hut wood boards of the house.
Interesting.
And he closes and locks the door. And you hear him walking down some stone steps.
Interesting.
Well, I will amble off to bed. They'll say, "What do you think, Babsy?" As I go and try to find the highest unoccupied bunk for myself.
Babsy says, I don't know. I just want to just kind of kill something, honestly. Weird old dwarves should be left alone. We need to see some action.
Indeed. I'm sure we'll see plenty of action tomorrow. I'll give her a little, yeah. They'll go to bed.
Okay, so is that what happens?
Yeah.
V, if you'd like to tinker, I provide you a candle.
Ooh, thank you. Yeah, I'll do a little. I would like to put the homunculus servant at least somewhere. I'm gonna bring him back in if he's already gone in the room, and he's gonna come in and guard me as well as Bubbles. Guard us, I guess, is a better way to put it. Yeah, I'm just gonna do a little magical tinkering, and I was gonna Are
we all sleeping in one room?
Yes.
Pillow fight.
I am going to tinker with this thing, and before Thalia goes to bed, I'm gonna ask her to relay one of the stories she told the dwarves. Or at least something maybe short, sweet, to the point. Or Yllaxis, one of you two. Say something heartwarming. It has to be 6 seconds. Something nice for them.
To the dwarves?
Yeah. Or no, for the halflings, excuse me.
For the halflings. Your generosity... okay, the halflings, sorry.
The two halflings that we can, like...
You're braver than you think. You truly are adventurers.
Perfect. I'm gonna have that be, the 6-second recording that if you tap the candle, it will just say that. It just lasts indefinitely.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's a little magical tinkering thing. Give it to Yllaxis and say, it might be nice to give this to them before they leave. They would much appreciate it.
That's a wonderful idea.
That's
Very
it.
sweet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we go to bed, I just provide them the candle, then I go to bed.
So you give them the candle.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else doing any other like brief couple-hour projects?
Give me a minute, cause you're asking the right person.
Yep.
It's me. Quickly. What stuff does peoples have? What things have I made for everyone?
You are currently mid-process of making that helm for me.
Right. That is what I need to do.
But that is low priority if other people have stuff.
I think you were making me a friendship lanyard.
Friendship lanyard. You got it.
I know you already infused my armor with the. Or I
Oh.
think you infused it. You already made the.
You know what I did do though? I'm actually going to give, I think I did this last time. Tell me if I'm wrong. The ring that Yllaxis had that I used the diamond out of. I'm gonna turn to Yllaxis and say, can we take a look at that overnight? We want
Certainly.
to see. Wonderful. We're gonna give you a because I can make 5 item infusions. Let me see if it's an attuned item, but no, I don't think it is. Almost positive it's not, but actually maybe it is.
You faintly hear Sasha laughing from the basement.
Ugh. Like laughing maniacally or just laughing?
It's kind
Like creepy old man laughing.
of like a deep cackle.
Interesting. I can't find if the spell refuel ring is
Did you do
and
that last time?
I think I did with Yllaxis' ring, but I want to make sure that I did it because I didn't tell Yllaxis that I did it.
I recall that.
Yeah. So Oh, it is attuned, though. That is the one issue. So if you don't want that, we can take that away.
I'm all full on attuned slots.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Okay, never mind that. Don't worry about it then. I'm actually also full on attuned slots.
Really? I thought Artificer's gonna have 5.
Yep, the Warhammer is attuned, correct?
Yep.
My Helm of Awareness is attuned, my crossbow is attuned, Boots of the Winding Path, and the Gate Warden's Bracelet. That is 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Helm of Awareness is also an attuned item, so I don't know if you have a lot for it.
I think I'm only at 2 right now. The
Wonderful.
Cloak of Invisibility and the Death Heart Bow.
I think
Your shoes? Or no?
They're not.
The Boots of Running were not attunement.
Not
if I
attuned.
remember correctly.
Nice. So I will make that Helm of Awareness for you.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know what that does?
No, if you can just copy and paste it in the chat if you have it up. If not,
I
at your leisure.
don't. Yeah, so I'm making that Helm of Awareness for Kiff. Is there anything anyone else wants?
Fontiev wants safety and not death.
Can't do that. I can't give you that.
You're in the wrong career.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have. Yeah.
Can you infuse anything on things that are already enchanted or no?
No, they have to be mundane.
Very good.
It specifically says touch a non-magical object. Yeah, that would be nice if I could, but I cannot. Yeah, is there any... Because I can make... no, your bow is already magic, Fontiev. That's... I can turn armor into enchanted armor or whatever. Or not enchanted, enhanced defense, which I can do that. I can do that for basically anyone in our group who has armor that isn't magical.
I mean, my armor is technically magical right now, so...
Yep, but I know that some people have magic armor. Like, I know that Yllaxis has magic armor, and you have magic armor. Does Thalia?
You already did that for me.
Nice, then we're good. You know what that does, right?
It's a +2.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is there a way that you can magify my bowstring or something like that?
No, because your bow is already magic.
Make my bow double magic.
Nope. No, I
Can
very specifically have to... It has to be a mundane item. A non-magic
Can you
item.
magify my quiver?
No. I mean, yes, but, like, it would be with magical tinkering. So I can make a Helm of Awareness, Enhanced Defense, which is for armor specifically, Homunculus, which I've already done, the Spell Refueling Ring, Boots of the Winding Path, which is attuned, Repeating Shot, but that is a weapon, Resistant Armor, Radiant Weapon, Enhanced Weapon, or Dimensional Shadow. Which I don't really need to do any of those right now, so we're good.
Okay.
Does Marvis have enhanced armor? Does he have magic armor?
Doesn't wear armor, period.
Oh. Well, shit, never mind.
I am armor.
Yeah, you literally are just all armor.
Yeah,
So
Barbarian
does that mean you
things.
can enhance
Jokes.
Marvis himself to be even more super powerful?
That would be amazing, but he is magic, so no.
You could do that with the crystal heart thing.
Yes. Yeah, he is considered a magic item. No, he's not, but, like, I think he would be, actually, for this. So no, I cannot make... I cannot make any more. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure. So I'll finish that, Helm of Awareness for Kiff. That'll be my job tonight. Since I have to finish making it.
Before going to bed, I will cast Remove Curse on Thalia.
Talia is no longer cursed. She's no longer extra flammable.
Thanks.
Normal flammable.
Normal level of flammable.
I mean, everyone's a
The
little bit
appropriate
flammable.
level of flammable.
Yeah.
Always appreciated.
There you go. I just posted it in roleplay, but posted it in general. My bad.
It's alright. I read over your shoulder and I put the
Oh,
rest down.
well, shit. There you go.
Thanks.
Of course. Okay.
Okay, if that's all, then it's morning.
Wow, it's morning.
Kiff
Do
wakes
do
up
do do do
and
do
notices the Tarask tooth with a hollowed out middle for his head and little holes for his ears to stick through, and a couple of little eyes engraved all around the head, all around the horn, constantly looking out. And
Yeah.
Kiff goes, "Yay!" And turns to V and goes, "Thank you, friend. Now Kiff have horn."
V like rolls out of bed, stands up and says, "Very welcome. It didn't take that much. We just needed some time to finish it. It is also a magic item. If you wear it, you're going to be able to be a little more aware of your surroundings. It may help us later. It's a special tool to be used later."
Yep.
Kiff says, "Kiff figures so. Kiff see eyes all around horn. Eyes must be looking at something."
We think you'll like it.
Kiff then starts humming the V song.
Yes, the little V song that you wrote last time. Amazing. I think that I mean, V is going to start getting himself up and ready to go. If anyone else has anything else to do.
No, I'm an early riser as well. I'm gonna wake up and just make sure that Fontiev is still breathing. I slept probably rather lightly based off the information you told me.
I forgot to mention, everyone else has this dream too. You have a dream of a huge dark figure sitting in a meditation pose in the valley. The figure has one eye and says, "Come to me, help me. I don't belong here." Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Oh,
had
wow.
the most pleasant dreams.
what did you have,
Did
Thalia?
you?
There was a, person or a thing who said, "Come to me," and some other stuff.
Kiff,
Very nice.
when Kiff hears that, he goes, "Heep, heep, big eye man."
Yes.
You all saw that too. We also had that dream.
Did you all have that dream?
It seems as if something might be calling for us in the Valley of Gan.
What about Marvis? Did you have the dream, or do Metal Man dream of metal sheep?
Da-dum-tsh.
Did you see a metal figure with one eye?
I don't know, DM. Did I also see this? Even though I don't technically sleep.
You did see this, yeah.
It's Marvis's screensaver.
We interrupt this standby to bring you this commercial.
You just see the figure doing the thing where it like floats around the screen. Sorry.
Yes.
Is that what a dream is? Strange.
Marvis's dream is just the DVD logo bouncing around the screen.
Yep.
That's what I was.
Yep.
I knew exactly what you were going for.
And right when it hits the corners when I wake up.
Yeah.
Actually, right before it hits the corner, so you never get the satisfaction, and that's why you're so mad.
Man, we figured it out. It's his origin story.
That's why he's so angry. Yes, it seems as if we all did have the same dream. Fascinating. There must be something in the valley that is... Well, doesn't this also remind us of... Well, I actually wasn't downstairs, never mind. I have nothing to share, because Tasha actually said something, but I wasn't downstairs, so never mind.
Did your homunculus? Are you like connected to it?
I'm not connected mentally. I just wanted to see if it could sneak in there, but I didn't want to piss Sasha off. I was like, rather leave it than take it for now. Maybe when we come back.
Well, I guess I'll go out of the room and see if the halflings are still here and if Sasha's mulling about.
The halflings are lacing up their boots,
Where are
and
you going?
Sasha is coming up. And he's sort of mumbling and chuckling to himself. He says, "Yes, you should all be on your way, on your way." He says, can I tell you something? You will be needing a tent. It is a long way down the cliffs into the valley. You will need a tent, especially if you're going to scavenge in that big old castle all by yourselves. It will take more than one day."
In fact, it might even take 2.
Do we not have a tent? I'm assuming we don't. Just because, like, I don't think those come in standard adventurers packs.
You have bedrolls, but he says
Yeah.
it's very likely it will
not.
rain again, and you will not want to be caught in the rain and not even able to take a short rest.
I think maybe one
That
tent.
may be a good idea.
Yeah, how much
I
is
think
it for
maybe
a
getting
tent?
1 or 2, actually.
He says 1 tent. You would be very, very friendly if you were at 1 tent, like those elves are at their festivals.
Kiff says, how about 2 tent stuck together?
2 tent could work. 2 tent could work. Yes, yes. I'll give you a special discount just for you, just because you have these wonderful adventures with so many good tales. 10 gold.
I'll throw over the 10 gold.
Okay.
Kiff will also pitch in 10 gold and say, and cheese, please. Kiff need cheese with sausage.
Cheese.
For the 1 or 2, was that 1 or 2 tent? Sorry.
That was 2 tent.
Perfect.
He says, "Yes, I have hard sheep cheese, from my cousin Natalia to the west. She keeps those mountain sheep, or goats, whatever. They look the same to me."
Ah,
He's like,
yes. Baba cheese. Very
He says,
good.
"I can give you a wheel of Parmesan." He says, "Is that too much?" And he shows you the wheel. It takes 2 hands to hold it. Maybe just
Two regular hands or 2 Kiff hands?
He says it keeps better when it's in the wheel, but it might be too big for your pack.
Kiff
This
is
dwarf
so
can hold it with 2 hands.
torn right now.
Yeah.
Kiff will say, perhaps Kiff come back later for big wheel. Maybe just some slices to go with sausage, please.
He says, "Now you promised me. You better promise me you will not be lost down there. And you will come back. Won't you, Kiff?"
For cheese, Kiff always come back.
He says, "Great, good. I will be expecting you."
Did you say you had magic things?
Yes. I have a display case. I am not much of a wizard myself, although I do pay respect to our dwarven gods. But I'm not much of a wizard myself. I have traded a few little trinkets with wizards over the years. I have a few scrolls here. He gestures. He says, "I have a magic ring. Is there something I can interest you in?"
What kind of scrolls do you have?
I'll note this here. He's going to offer. He has 2 scrolls currently. 1 scroll of Identify for 10 gold, and he has 1 scroll of Magic Circle for 500. He says, "I would be hard-pressed to use these myself, but I know," he says, "Sasha knows these are valuable things. I will not just give them away. I need to maintain myself here after all."
Any of those interest you?
Who are you talking to?
The group.
You said magic circle as well as, what was the other one?
Identify.
Identify. Identify might be.
If we
It might
use
be
the
handy.
scroll, does that mean we don't need the component for Magic Circle?
He says, "I have it on good authority from Kama himself, actually, that all scrolls have already been infused and enchanted with every required component for this spell. They only need someone trained in either the arcane or divine arts to produce the effect.
I know that identify would be on my, or on our list at least. We do not have the money for. Well, we do. We do have the money in the bag if we are deciding to get magic circle. We have about. Do we think that it would be useful for us?
And I'm looking it up again.
Magic circle. Identify for sure. I'm gonna pay for that myself.
Identify, yeah, that's
Yeah.
a deal.
I'll just.
That's a deal.
I'm gonna put that, in the purse, and I will pay the 10 gold for it.
The thing about Magic Circle is while it's good, it's hard to get your boy to fall into the Magic Circle unless you want to use its benefits.
Right. It's easier for us to use as players than us to try to make someone else go.
If somebody wants to go splitsies on it, I don't mind having it. I can cast it for y'all. It's
We
a good.
have 1,300 gold in the purse. Why don't we use it?
Okay. And if we don't use it now, we can use it in the future because we will come up against one of those types, I'm sure.
Yes. Yeah, I think so as well.
Oh, by all means.
Yeah.
We definitely will.
All right.
It requires a little planning too because it's a 1 minute cast time. That's the
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, it does have the 1 minute cast time. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I will take a moment to edit this again. And that is the wrong button. And I'll put the scroll in and I'll take the 500 gold out.
Okay. Can you see by both scrolls?
Yep.
We do.
It's going to take me a little bit, so if you feel free to do stuff, I'll catch up in a moment.
What kind of ring do you have?
Sasha says, "Oh, you have a good eye, a discerning eye. You have very good taste, young lady. I have a very rare, expensive, and fancy ring. This ring requires no attunement at all. This," he says, "is an emerald ring of sense." He says, "For a mere 700, again, requiring no attunement, it will tell you with a gentle, warm sensation if there is danger or something valuable nearby."
Interesting.
It will get hotter or colder, relatively speaking, the closer you get to it.
That does seem very handy.
It was sold to me, he says, by a very confident sorceress. She went down there and I did not see her again.
Maybe she should have kept the ring then.
He says, perhaps. I am merely a trader, I'm no adventurer.
Kiff have gold for that, sadly.
I mean, I have a lot of gold too. If we're doing splitsies, I don't mind helping somebody pay for this.
But also pitch it.
Right now I have 880.
I only have 100, not even 100 some gold.
I have 360.
Thalia, what do you have? 580, is that what you said? And Fontiev?
Fontiev.
Money.
Is Fontiev still asleep?
Oh, I don't know where Fontiev, where Rob went. He might have needed to take a step out for a moment. I'm surprised. He usually is right here.
Okay.
Anyways.
So, I could put in as much as half of it, maybe a little more if need be. I could put 400 in, actually.
If Yllaxis put 400, Kiff can put 150.
That's 550 there. Anybody else got 150?
Yeah, I'll put in 150.
This is something that will benefit all of us. One of you three should surely use it.
Who has best perception and or investigation?
Not me.
We have quite good investigation, but not perception.
I have mediocre.
+5 for both.
Oh, really? Wow.
Investigation and perception, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
perception is +5 for me.
Yeah, I have a +10 in investigation, +0 perception.
It's probably sensing, so it's probably on
It's gonna
perception.
be perception. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. Feel free
Does
to.
anyone have higher than a +5?
Nope, I don't think so in this group. Well, then there you go. Whomever has a high perception, one of you.
Fontiev,
Yes.
you want to wear this pretty ring?
I had to step away for a second. Can you just give me the quick DLDR of what it is?
This pretty ring, if you wear it, it makes you the most handsome man in the world.
Okay,
It also allows you to sense, and this is my understanding, I think it's just naturally happens, you can sense either danger or valuable things around you, and you sense things that are, as you're moving towards it, that it's getting closer away or further away, and it is not to be attuned, you just wear it.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Fontiev is up.
Okay, now, immediately I start thinking of what's valuable to me at this very moment. Booze. And I start walking around. Do I start feeling hotter or colder?
Booze. You feel warmer when you get towards the do not touch door.
Mmm.
Sasha sees you going towards it. He says, "Oh, be careful, my friend. Do not use my gifts to break my rules. I am merely a simple dwarf here."
No, don't worry. I'm just testing it.
Give you a different sensation based on if it's danger or valuable. Dangerous or valuable.
Slap Fontiev across the face.
He felt warm when he went closer to the door.
I walk up to Fontiev and slap him across the face.
Oh, what did I do to you?
Did you feel anything?
Did I feel anything besides pain on my face?
I don't know. Is Yllaxis in danger? I'm not sure. The ring is confused.
Yeah, I feel like that wouldn't necessarily be dangerous.
Maybe you didn't have enough murderous intent.
I'm
Can we
gonna-
please
I can help with that.
I knew that was gonna be.
Thank you.
And here's the betrayal you were warned
Yep,
of.
yep.
The Lannisters send their regards.
Uh-oh.
Though that is a good thing that you have that. If you were warned of something,
Mm-hmm.
would be best
Indeed.
for you to have it currently.
I shall wear this with honor.
Shall we head out then?
Yes, we think it is time to start trekking towards the Valley of Gan.
Just a quick question, Sarah. You said you guys were gonna hearse up earlier. Just so you know, it's like 10:18.
I'm aware. Thank you.
Okay, I wasn't sure what time you were planning on stopping
Yeah,
at.
we're thinking like 10:30.
10:30. That's okay.
Okay.
Let's Valley of Gannet for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
at the very least, yeah. I want to get as much D&D in as I possibly.
Indeed.
So you guys are all heading out and you're going down the path, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So as you look down into the valley, there is a big swamp. It is just very cloudy, and there's this kind of weird blue mist over all the great swamp and the definitely crumbly looking castle in the distance. And it kind of, at some points, it doesn't quite look like a castle. It looks kind of like something else. But what it is exactly is kind of hard to say. So as you walk down, the mist, you enter the mist. So I'm going to need every single person to make a wisdom saving throw.
Ooh, very good.
Oh,
If
boy.
how close is everybody to me?
I'd imagine if we're trekking through a swamp, we don't want to lose anyone. We're probably pretty close.
Yeah.
Everyone except Marvis gets
You're going
advantage.
down a narrow path on the rocks, which becomes like a thick pine forest, and then gets closer towards the swamp.
It's a 19, Charles.
Everyone except Marvis gets a advantage +3.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Yeah.
So right now
Wow.
that is currently a 22 right now from me. Let me see if I get higher.
Only a
I got
12 for Kev.
25.
That's 23 from
What
Fontiev.
kind of save is this?
This is a wisdom saving throw.
You
As
got
some-
it.
as you missed or something to
And
represent that
+3?
wisdom, it's your mind.
+3 and advantage.
Oh. Roll the 14 and
Wow, stick-
18. That's 21 with your +3.
Very good. I only rolled a 19.
And so the highest sounds like it was Talia.
I got a 6.
Uh-huh.
That's the
Yeah.
opposite of high number.
Ooh.
Yep.
I could have helped.
I
yeah.
had
Yeah.
gotten a 22.
Okay. So what happens is everyone seems to get into a state where they sort of forget themselves. And before you know it, Talia, you feel like you've been traveling for days. You feel like you've been traveling for days, and you wake up in your tent, and it's pouring rain. Again, it's dark, and you hear a strange noise outside.
Only me.
Only you. And I'm going to put all the props in place, naturally.
Was this just like a really intense like roll or something?
Remember, it
Apparently
is like a
I feel like you were in a very
spooky
different
place.
domain. Definitely not part of the normal material plane here.
Is
Okay.
everyone
I had a
else
22. How did I get I didn't make the
Is-
save?
This was it's basically like a luck roll in other games. I just wanted to see who had the best result here.
amazing. Is
Okay.
everyone else there? Are they like in a trance? Are they sleeping?
You wake up. Okay, so it's like 3 people per tent, right?
Sure.
That's the idea. Okay, so Talia, who would you want to be in your tent?
I'm probably not too picky.
Who would be picky is the question.
Yeah.
You wanna... I think just arbitrarily you should pick some people. It's raining up and down.
Yeah, you didn't
Also,
make-
canonically, I feel like my ring would be sending off danger signs to me, but
Well, I didn't say
Ah!
you were.
no, no.
Okay.
This is
What-
magic and
what-
cool.
Like props here.
There's a
Sorry,
difference
do you
between
want me to move these
mysticism and
guys?
danger.
Yes. So, Elena, you get the duty of picking people to go places.
And I really love picking.
I know. It's okay. No one's gonna be upset.
Just
But-
roll a die.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go.
I am going to. Especially if I don't even know how I got here. Alright. We're gonna roll the dice.
Oh, you're
So
randomized.
Marvis and skipping myself.
Got a new one.
Marvis and Kiff. Are
Okay,
the
so you're in a tent with
two I
Marvis
rolled.
and Kiff.
So
Marvis
then
and Kiff are asleep in your tent with you.
So then Yllaxis, myself, and Fontiev will be in the other. Oh, well then.
Right. Thalia wakes up. You feel as though you've been traveling for days, as though much more time has passed before you realized it. What would you like to do, Thalia?
Is everyone else are Kiff and Marvis asleep / in power down mode?
Yep, exactly.
Babsy, how did I get here?
Babsy says, if I had a head, it'd be hurting right now. I don't really know how got here. Why don't you go and look around?
I'm going to I guess approach Kiff and Marvis and try to wake them up.
Okay, they're awake.
Kiff is snoring, like, and he goes, little Timmy.
I'm gonna poke him in the nose. Okay, yeah. A snoot. I poke him in the snoots to wake him up.
Kiff goes, ow, snoot tender.
Do you remember how we got here?
Do we remember how we got here?
Nope.
Kiff says, got where?
Okay. I'll step outside the tent.
Okay, you immediately start to get very wet indeed. It is really pouring. It seems like you're on a little patch of dry land surrounded by some soft, stinky swamp. And you can hear some crunches in the distance. You have that devilish sight, right? Which is sight even better than devils.
They do have double sight, yes.
You hear some large snapping of twigs to the south, and you hear a faint rustling to the north. Need some bushes, right? Need some bushes.
I'll go to the other tent. Open flaps. Wake up! Hey! Hello?
Fontiev sits straight up with the fucking teddy bear in his arms.
Yeah,
What is
with that, I'll get up. V will get up as well.
Anyone remember how we got here?
I'm not even sure where here is.
You hear someone screaming in this, and sounds like a young woman's voice. Help, please! It's coming after me, please! To the west.
To the west. Which way is west?
It is west on the compass rose. I assume
Oh,
that
very
that's a great
Well
question.
done.
That's actually a
Oh,
great question.
there's the compass.
Okay.
Quick question.
On that note, that sounds to me like it qualifies as danger. Can I validate that with my ring?
You sense danger to the west, yeah.
Oh, that checks out.
Should we go help her?
I say we go to the east. Away from danger.
Quick
I've
question.
already mapped Altia at that point. Go
Paladin
ahead, ask.
Marvis is a quick question.
So we don't remember how we got to this campsite, but do we remember us coming into this swampy area and camping at least one night?
It's hard. It's very hard to remember. It's as though either some psychic effect that is almost as powerful as a god affected you, or you might have passed into some other realm.
Something big happened, basically.
Alright, like Thalia did with her weapon, I'm gonna ask what the fuck happened.
Okay, Marvis asked what the fuck happened. Oh, you're asking your weapon. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Lud says this is bad. He says this is our mission. Marvis says this is our purpose. But this force is so powerful. I don't know if we can simply smash it. There must be some other way. He says, we have to look for every tool we can find. I'm not sure if violence will be enough here. This is truly an evil force, and we must. This is our primary purpose to take care of it.
Okay. I'll probably do the dumb thing and stand up in the tent, and then it just kind of falls apart around me. I'm like, sorry.
5 more minutes.
Is there any way we could take away some of the fog or rain? My encoding is super overloaded.
Okay, I'll remove.
The effects are really cool, and I really don't want to leave I don't want to get rid of them, but my stream is literally frozen.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately. I'm gonna turn down. It's really like I'm at 1,000 bit rate, which is real poo-poo garbage, but
It's over 9,000.
yeah.
I've mounted Altier at the moment we heard the screams, and I say, "Ma, at the very least, there's people who can explain to us where we are."
Yes, we think that's a good idea. We should go.
Okay, if you hear a scream, then you hear the snarl of a beast, and you hear the woman scream again, and a big crunch of tree branches.
Oh no. Yeah, I think we're going towards that.
Yes, we are.
Babs out at the ready.
Okay, so let's see. So the swamp is going to be difficult terrain. Are you going to try to go all together in that direction?
I think that's what we would like to do.
Yes.
I would like to do that.
Okay, well, let's roll initiative.
I am unaffected by the terrain at all.
Plus you're on a broom, so
Yes.
Yeah.
It's kind of roll initiative, but you can ask.
Both Kiff and myself have advantage on that.
Yes.
yes, because you're
Woo!
Helm of Awareness.
And there it is.
I rolled a
Ooh,
19.
nat 20, baby, for a 25.
I'm going to keep this number, but I'm just, it's rolled the same thing 3 times in a row. I just want to see if it's broke. It did. No, it rolled something different. Okay.
I rolled a 19.
No.
I was
Stream's-
finally rolling well
stream's
for
still
a change,
completely
so now I
frozen.
have a 7.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's, tis what it is.
I have
I
it.
got 17.
And then Ips was 20.
25 total.
Wow.
Nice.
Dang.
Okay, that's 4 people. I'm missing. What's Thalia again?
I got 7.
Ooh.
Yep.
And
I was rolling really well until now, so it was bound to happen.
Okay. Oh, Yllaxis. What was Yllaxis' initiative?
8.
8? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so is 10:30. Should we stop here?
I
Seems
would
like reasonable.
much appreciate that, yes.
Okay.
That's okay.